Welcome back to the Marlins here on OOTP 26 as the Fish are ready to take on the San Diego Padres here in the 2031 National League Championship Series. We just beat the Rockies in an absolute thriller. Game 5, somehow walked it off in bottom of the 9th to survive, advance it. For you, that just happened 2 days ago, whatever it was. For me, that was actually the night before, because I usually don't like to split the playoff recordings up into multiple times because, I like to keep the flow going. And I'm also kind of superstitious about that, where it's like, man, if you're rolling in the playoffs, you can't save and then come back the next day. Because as much as I am analytically inclined about baseball, and I'm very into the analytics portion of it, I did grow up playing, so I do still have some of those baseball superstitions ingrained in me. And I guess that's just one of them, is one of them I have in this game is, I usually don't like to break it up. But we did it this time, so hopefully that does not come to backfire as we take on the Padres. One good piece of news, though, is that Jared Jones, who got hurt, I think it was in Game 5, might have been Game 4, but only was a finger blister. He will not be missing any time, so that is good to know. And just very quickly, we did make a couple changes, not to the actual roster here, but to the alignment of players. We're actually going to be rocking and rolling with Jared Jones in the rotation, just because Ryan Weathers, he had that one star, and it was a disaster. It was not good in the postseason. So even though we only gave him one start, I don't know. I would want to change things up. Ryan Weathers, we're taking him out of the rotation. He goes to the bullpen, and Jared Jones, who was the September Player of the Month in the National League this year, give him a chance to be in the rotation here. We do have to drop him down the 4th, just based on how the situation is going to go with the stamina. So we're going to have Brito go for Game 1, and because he's 100% rested, it's today. Then Ramon Hernandez will be ready because he pitched 4 days ago, so he'll be ready to go for tomorrow. And then there will be a bye, or an off day, and then he would have been ready to go even if it was 3 days in a row, but there will be an off day, and then Jared Jones will be ready to go, and then will be Hurston Waldrop ready to go after that, as he just pitched Game 5 of the Rockies series for us. And then on the lineup side of things, it's the same lineup we were rocking towards the end of that series. Mark Antonio in the cleanup spot, Acosta 6th, and Agustin in the 7th hole. But taking a look at this San Diego Padres team, not exactly the best regular season for them this year. 84 wins, but they come out of the wild card, and now they're in the LCS as they take out the Dodgers, I'd imagine. Yes, they took out the Dodgers, so the Padres move on as we take a look at what they did in the regular season. Okay, not bad. I feel like, what was their Pythagorean? Okay, so they were right about the same with the Pythagorean. They were around 500 and one-run games. I don't know. On paper, it looks like they were a pretty good team. They hit a ton of home runs. They steal a lot of bags. They don't get a lot of value. That's usually how it is for us. They do, I guess they're only 8th in runs. Yeah, their bats are kind of weird, where they slug a ton, but they don't do much else aside from slug, and then the slugging also doesn't lead to many runs. But they do hit a lot of home runs, so that is definitely not good to see. While on the pitching side of things, very middle of the road with a lot of these numbers. They did have a good bullpen, 4th in ERA, but a lot of these are 7, 8s, 13th in allowing home runs. Hopefully we can take advantage of that, but they also don't limit walks, and they do strike out a ton of guys. And they play middle-of-the-road defense in the National League. So take a look at this pitching staff. They're going to be throwing Drew Beam, Game 1, who is a 28-year-old high-control guy who they picked up at the deadline from Las Vegas. Then they're going to be throwing Blake Snell, who is back in San Diego. They signed him as a free agent in 2030, and he was not good for them this year. So old Blake Snell, not good. Then they're going to be throwing Christian Array, who they claimed off waivers from Seattle, and he was good with the FIP, not great with the ERA. Rony Garcia, whatever, kind of just a random throw-in. So the rotation is definitely just scrapped together here. If I was them, I would probably be running a lot of openers, but they're going to do what they're going to do. In the bullpen, they've got Cade Smith as their closer. In real life, sure. In this, he's okay, I guess. He's been pretty good, but on paper, not exactly the best ratings, but he's pretty decent. Raymond Rosario, sure. Devin Williams, old man Devin Williams, he's still pretty good. AJ Smith-Shawver, good FIP, not great ERA. Blake Trinan is 43 years old, still pitching, and he was good for them this year. Brandon Birdsell was not good. Andre Severa was decent. And then Hobie Milner, shout out to the Angels, still pitching at 40 years old, and was very good. So they've gotten some contributions from guys who are veteran pitchers and don't really have the greatest ratings on papers, but they've gotten some good bullpen contributions from those guys. And then on the hitting side of things, it is very slanted towards Jackson Merrill and this guy Justin Davenport. So Jackson Merrill, we all know, from Severna Park, Maryland, the center fielder, incredible player, 8-WAR season, 151 WRC+, by far their best offensive player, their best player. Justin Davenport, on paper, is their future. 22 years old, he's the number 3 prospect in baseball. They've got their own Mark Antonio in the lineup, and this guy's better defensively than Mark Antonio. So, gonna be interesting to see how they match up. Edwin Arroyo is their shortstop. Looks like he's a glove-first guy. Ethan Salas is still their catcher. He's still very good defensive catcher in this universe. Manny Gonzalez, young left fielder. He was good for them. Fernando Tatis is currently nursing a strained MCL, which only fixes running. And he was like an okay player this year. He's not a superstar anymore, but still a serviceable right fielder. They have Michael Tolia on their bench. He's whatever. This guy, Sabin Sabalos, not the greatest season for him. They picked him up off the deadline. Spencer Browning, sure, he's whatever. And then Jared Weir's their first baseman. He looks like he could be good, but he's not quite fully developed. So, pretty top-heavy lineup, I would say. We're definitely better on paper, but, we've lost to worse teams than this. And then when it comes to the position head-to-head for the catcher, we have the edge in that, sure. First base gives it to Partridge. Maybe right now, but long-term, this Weir guy looks like he would be pretty good. Second base, sure, give it to Davenport. Brooks Lee's no slouch, though. Wilfredo Lara, sure. Shortstop, I don't know. With the way Acosta's playing, I would give it to Acosta. Vargas, yeah, absolutely. Jackson Merrill, absolutely. Tatis over Garza, sure. And then DH, we have the edge with Mark Antonio, because they have 40-year-old, I didn't even see him, 40-year-old Manny Machado with a -2 WAR, and they're still playing him. That is incredible. Jesus. And then we have the edge of the pitching matchup here for Game 1. But here we are, the Navy and Orange Padres at Lone Depot Park, as our Fish are playing host here. Johnny Brito on the bump for us, Drew Bream on the bump for them. Let's get into it. Scoreless first frame for Brito, and then we're cooking. Second and third, nobody out here for Wilfredo Lara. Takes that first pitch. Now it's 1-1, you're swinging away, full counts, whips through it for strike 3. So now 1 down in the inning. Mark Antonio lines out the shortstop, 2 down. Now it's Nicholas Partridge in there for strike 1. Ball gets away, and they don't move up. So it's 1-1. And Partridge flies into left field, so we strand runners on second and third with nobody out. Don't get anybody in. That's terrible. That's just completely unacceptable. Move things on top 2. And they hit a home run. Awesome. Manny Gonzalez, 1-0 Padres. And then Tatis is on second base here with 1 out for Edwin Arroyo. 1-2 count to him, here it comes. Brito strikes him out looking. Next batter up is Ethan Salas, who we're just going to go right after. We're not scared of his bat, as he still walks him. Awesome. Now it's the shitty Manny Machado. 1-0 count to him. Ground ball left side. Lara steps on the bag. 4 out number 3. And it's a 1-0 Padres lead as we move things on bottom 2. Ramirez on second base with an 0-2 count to Garza. Now 1-2. And he watches strike 3. So 2 down, runner on second for Dylan Head. Deuces wild. Watch us strike 3. Move things on top 3. Scoreless frame for Brito. Bottom 3 here. Scoreless frame for Beam. Is it Beam or Bream? Like the fish. It's Beam. Okay. Well, if he was Bream, we might consider picking him up, but it's not. Brito in a bit of trouble here. Runner on second, 1 out. 2-2 to Weir. Struck him out. 2 down. Brings up Arroyo. First pitch swinging. Ground ball at the shortstop. Acosta makes the play. 3 down. So 1-0 still as we take things to the bottom of the 4th. And we get our first 2 on. So it's first and second here. Nobody out, and Max Acosta's up. Even though he's been on fire, we're going to try to lay down a bunt. He misses. Then they bring in the guy. We're going to try it one more time. He misses again. Oh, he pulled it back. We'll just swing away now. 1-2. Strikes out. Fantastic. Fantastic. 1 down, 2 on. Brings up Agustin. In there for strike 1. 2-2 now. Ground ball left side. 6-4-3. And we strand when we had 2 on, nobody out. So still 1-0 Padres, top 5 now. Brito works a scoreless frame. We have a runner on second base. 2-0 count to Shedry Vargas. They bring in A.J. Smith-Shawver out of the bullpen. 3-1 count now. Here comes the pitch. As Vargas lines it right at the third baseman, Ceballos? It's probably Ceballos. Whatever his name is. Still 1-0 San Diego. Top 6. Burritos at 65 pitches. And he gets himself in some trouble here. Runner on second. Nobody out for Justin Davenport. 1-2 count to him. Little 2-strike hitting there up the middle. That's going to make it 2-0 Padres. And things are not looking good here. Brings up Manny Gonzalez. That is fielded by Acosta. That's 1 down, but the runner moves up to third base with 1 out. Brings up Tatis, who skies it to the infield. That should be the 2nd out of the inning. The runner will stay at third base. Brings up Jared Weir. 2-2 to him. Struck him out. So they only get 1 across. It's a 2-0 Padres lead. We are more than capable of coming back from this. But we need the offense to start doing stuff. So Lara leading things off against Smith-Shawver. He's on second base, but it's 2 outs for Max Acosta. 3-1 count. Spits on ball 4. It's Hobie Milner in now against Agustin Ramirez. 2 on, 2 outs. Spits on ball 1. Spits on ball 2. And then grounds the 2-0 pitch slowly to shortstop. And it looked like he was safe by 10 steps, but apparently he's out. So we do nothing once again. Now it's top 7. Brito works a scoreless frame. It's bottom 7. We do nothing. Brito's going to now come out of the game. It's the top of their order. Lefty. Ceballos is mainly good against lefties. Let's bring in Carrier. Carrier enters, and he's got 2 on, 2 outs for Fernando Tatis Jr. 1-2 count to him. Ground ball left side. Gets past Acosta somehow. Throw to the plate is not in time. 3-0 Padres. And it brings up Jared Weir. Ground ball right side. Fielded by Partridge. We get the third out, but it's 3-0 Padres now, as we still have done nothing on offense. Cade Smith is now in looking for a 2-inning save. And Vargas with a leadoff double brings up Wilfredo Lara. That's in there for, or not, that's missing for ball 1. Now it's 1-1, 2-2. Lara goes down swinging. So 1 down, runner on second, brings up Mark Antonio, who hits 1 into right field. That finds outfield grass. Vargas is staying put at third base. Runners on the corners here. And the tying run is at the plate in Nicholas Partridge. In there for strike 1. Now it's a 1-2. Partridge well hit to center field, but it will die out Caught. That will tag up the runner. Now it's a 2-run lead for San Diego, a 3-1 ball game. 2 outs, runner on first is Mark Antonio here for Max Acosta. First pitch swinging. That's gonna find some outfield grass. Lands in front of the left fielder. Mark Antonio holds up at second. Runners on first and second here. 2 outs for Agustin Ramirez. That's ball 1. That's 1-1. 2-2. Goes down swinging. We do nothing. Or we do tack on 1, but we're still down 2. Heading to the top of the 9th, where Carrier's already at 25 pitches. Arroyo is... Okay, so he's got way more pop against lefties, so we should not bring in a lefty here. We are going to... That's the wrong team. We are going to bring in Peyton Martin. Peyton Martin will enter the game. Work a scoreless frame, and we are down to our final frame. Bottom 9, down 2. Jorge Garza leading things off against Cade Smith. Taking that first pitch in there for a strike. Swinging at the 0-1. Little solo roller back to the pitcher. Garza's got the speed, and he beats it out. Infield single. Garza's on first base. The tying run is up in Dylan Head. Kind of tempted to pinch hit Shawnuel just to get some more pop out there. Head's postseason. It's been going... It was good. You know what? Let's do it. Let's play the matchups. Let's bring in the lefty. Not that Head isn't a lefty, but you know what I mean. Get a little bit of a theoretically better bat in there. So Shawnuel. That's ball 1. That's strike 1. Full count. Shawnuel, the deep center field. Caught on the run by Jackson Merrill. So 1 down. Now the top of the order is up. Brooks Lee. Take that first pitch. That's in there for strike 1. Do a little hit and run action, huh? And it gets through. He should be going to first to third. He is indeed. So runners are on the corners here with 1 out for Eshedri Vargas. Let's try to steal second. Brooks Lee off and running. The throw down, not in time. We have 2 in scoring position. With a 1-1 count to Vargas. 2-2 count. That's well hit to left field, but right at the left fielder. That'll tag up the runner from third. It's a 1-run ball game. We still have a runner on scoring position in scoring position on second base. But it's 2 outs. Wilfredo Lara, the hero of Game 5 against the Rockies. Can he do it or possibly push it to Mark Antonio? That's ball 1. That's ball 2. He does it again. He does it again. Wilfredo Lara punches it into center field. That's going to score a run. He's on second base. It is a tie ball game, folks. 3-3. The Fish have come storming back, and we've got Lara's speed on second base here. Mark Antonio at the dish. And they are intentionally walking the rookie to bring up Nicholas Partridge, who crushes right-handed pitching. In there for strike 1. 2-2. Lofts this to left field, out number 3, but it's a tie ball game as we move things on to the top of the 10th. And we have to decide what the outfield alignment looks like now. We are going to bring in Meekhoff for Shawnuel. Meekhoff's going to play right field. Garza's going to play center field from here on out. And Peyton Martin's going to stay in here. We're going to risp it. Score this frame for Peyton Martin. It's bottom 10. Acosta, Ramirez, Garza due up, and Raymond Rosario is on the bump, the lefty here for the Padres. Let's risp it. Nothing going for us. Top 11 now. Peyton Martin is going to come... Let's go batter by batter here. So against Tolia, go after him. 2-2 count. Struck him out. That's 1 down. Brings up Edwin Arroyo. 1-2 to him. Struck him out. 2 down. Brings up Ethan Salas. 1-2. Little ground ball. Martin fields himself. And gets the out himself. 1, 2, 3 go the Padres. We're on to the bottom of the 11th as Peyton Martin works a clean frame. Rosario still on the bump. We have Mikov, Lee, and Vargas due up. As Mikov is on second base here with 1 out for a Shedry Vargas. That's in there for strike 1. 1, 2 now. That's going to find outfield grass. Mikov rounding third, heading home. Here comes the throw. Not in time. As Shedry Vargas walks it off for the Fish. And we take game 1 of the LCS over the Padres here. Hell yes. More late inning heroics from this fightin' Fish team. And now we are here for game 2, folks, at Lone Depot Park. Marlins Padres, we're up 1-0 in the series. Ramon Hernandez, the rookie, on the bump for us. They have the old man, Blake Snell, on the bump. 38 years old, had a horrible season for them, but he's throwing here in the postseason. So we should have the pitching edge. We'll see how things go. As they're immediately up 2-0 on Ramon Hernandez. Gets out of it from there. We have runners on the corners with 2 outs for Camilo Diaz. Full count. Ground ball, fielded by the shortstop, Arroyo, and that'll be out number 3. So we do nothing in the first. It's 2-0 Padres, top 2. Scoreless frame from Hernandez. Scoreless frame from Snell. Scoreless from Hernandez. Brooks Lee's on second base here with nobody out for a Shedry Vargas. 0-1 count. Plunked. First and second, nobody out here for Wilfredo Lara. In there for strike 1. 1-1 count. Ground ball left side. Around the horn double play. Runner on third now with 2 outs. For Mark Antonio, works a full count. Lines it right at the second baseman. Nothing going for the Fish. Still 2-0 Padres. It's top 4. Hernandez works a scoreless frame. We do nothing offensively. Hernandez in some trouble here. Runner on second. 2-1 count to Machado. Full count now. As Machado hits it right at the left fielder Vargas. That's 1 down. Brings up Jackson Merrill. Full count to him. Struck him out. 12 strikeouts through 5. Not even through 5. Through 4 2/3. My goodness. Now it's Spencer Browning up. Full count to him. That's ball 4. Then it brings up Davenport. 1-1 to him. Hit well to left field, but right at Vargas, out number 3. So Hernandez gets through 5 with 12 Ks. It's bottom 5 now. And we do nothing offensively. Hernandez is now going to come out of the game. He has at 94 pitches. It's 4-5-6 up for them. And we are going to turn to TJ Griffin. Out of the bullpen. In some trouble here. First and second, 1 out to Edwin Arroyo. First pitch swinging. Ground ball up the middle. That gets through. Should make it 3-0 Padres. It will indeed. 1 down. Ethan Salas. Ground ball up the middle. Gets through once again. That'll make it 4-0 Padres. Jesus Christ. Now TJ Griffin's got to come out of the game here. He has not had it today. Let's just bring in Noble Meyer. We're down 4. 1-0 to Manny Machado. That's popped up to center field. Out number 2. Runners stay put at first and second. Brings up Jackson Merrill. 1-0 count to him. Ground ball right side. To Partridge. Steps in the bag. Out number 3. But they tack on 2 in the inning to make it a 4-0 San Diego lead. As it is bottom 6. We do nothing offensively. Meyer works a scoreless frame. And we have runners on the corners. 1 out here for Dylan Head. I'm tempted. Garza's going to come into pinch hit. Well, that's not Partridge playing first base. That's Diaz. I've been saying Partridge this whole game. But Garza's going to come into pinch hit and play center field here from here on out. Let's try to steal second. Meekhoff doesn't like it. That's ball one. Try one more time. Meekhoff. Oh my god, he's dead meat. Oh, so 2-0 count, 2 down. Acosta's on third. 3-0. Spitz on ball 4. So we've runners on the corners, 2 outs. Brooks Lee. Let's try it again. Why the hell not? Doesn't like it. Swing away. 2-1 count. Ground ball. Does not get through. And nothing happening for the Fish. So still 4-0 Padres. Top 8 now. Noble Meyer in a bit of trouble. Runner on second. 1 out for Edwin Arroyo. The 0-1 count is popped up to center field. That'll be 2 down. Runner stays put. Brings up Ethan Salas. 3-0 count to him. Spits on ball 4. It's first and second with 2 outs. Manny Machado's up, full count. Ground ball. Gets down the line. And the -2 WAR player, Manny Machado, has just given the Padres a 6-0 lead with a 2 RBI double. I mean, Jesus Christ. And then Meyer strikes out Merrill. It's 6-0 for the Fathers as we are on to the bottom of the 8th. We do nothing offensively. They got 2 on, 2 outs. Let's just bring in Jose Hernandez here to face Jared Weir. 2-2 count, lefty on lefty. Struck him out with the curveball. Move things on, bottom 9. We're down 6. We're just going to half it. We score 2, but it's not 6, so we lose game 2. It's a 1-1 series as the series now goes to San Diego. Alrighty, folks, it is game 3 here at Petco Park. Christian Array is throwing here for the Padres. And then we are actually throwing Jared Jones today. Hurston Waldrop was ready, but I wanted to go Jones today, Waldrop tomorrow, and then we'll have... We might even have Brito tomorrow, so we could possibly... Oh, no, we won't. Never mind. So we'll go Waldrop tomorrow, and then if we need some... And then after that, if we need somebody, it'll be Brito. And then Hernandez after that. So yeah, we want Jones, Waldrop, so Jones is going today. We made a change. Dylan Head's been slumping a bit, so he's out of the lineup today. Seanwell is DHing, which pushes Mark Antonio to left field. Vargas is now in right field. Garza's playing center. And then we're going Acosta, Garza, Ramirez, Seanwell to get some righty, lefty, righty, lefty at the back end of the lineup here. Let's get into it. So top 1. And Wilfredo Laura's on second base here with 2 outs. 2-0 count to Mark Antonio, 2-2 now. Ground ball, slow roller to second base, and Mark Antonio beats it out, infield single. So runners on the corners here with 2 outs for Nicholas Partridge, who goes down swinging on 3 pitches, and we strand 2, nothing going. So bottom 1 now. Jones in some trouble, runner on second base, 1 out here for Justin Davenport. 1-2 counts, struck him out. 2 down, brings up Manny Gonzalez. 3-1 to him, walks him. First and second here for Fernando Tatis, full count. That's going to be lined right at Laura. Nothing going for the Fathers. Move things on top 2. We do nothing. Jared Weir's on second base for Edwin Arroyo. And that's going to be a fly ball to right field. 1 down. Weir is staying put at second base. Brings up Ethan Salas, full count. Struck him out. 2 down. Looking on the breaking ball. Brings up Manny Machado. That's more like it. Struck him out. Scoreless frame. Move things on to the 3rd. Seanwell's on second base, but it's 2 outs for Lara. 1-2. Struck out. Nothing going for the Fish. We move things on to the bottom half of the frame. Or bottom half of the inning, rather. And Jones in some trouble. It's first and second. 1 out here for Manny Gonzalez. Fly ball left field. Lands in front of Mark Antonio. Everyone stays put, though. So bases are juiced here. 1 out for Fernando Tatis. 1-2 to him. Gets away from Ramirez, but stays in front of him. So 2-2 now. That's going to get down into the left center field gap. That might clear the bases. That is just brutal. Fernando Tatis clears the bases. It's a 3-0 Padres lead. No, he didn't clear the bases. He scored 2, so it's 2-0 Padres. It's second and third, 1 out here for Jared Weir. And we're going to pitch around with first base open. Takes the full count up the middle, and now it's going to be 4-0 Padres. 2 RBI single, 4-0 Fathers. Disaster start for Jared Jones. Just brutal. Just absolutely brutal. We're going to bring Ryan Weathers in. Try to give us some bulk. Gets out of it from there. We're going to half the offense. Nothing for the offense there. Scoreless frame for Weathers. Nothing for the offense. Weathers gives up 2. It's 6-0 San Diego. Gets out of it from there. Offense does nothing. Weathers in some trouble. Runner on second, nobody out. He's in the red for stamina. It's a 6-0 game. We're just going to bring in Chris Ramirez to get some work. I'm going to half it because why not? They scored 3 in the inning. It's 9-0 Padres. We do nothing offensively. Scoreless frame from Ramirez. We do nothing offensively. Ramirez in some trouble. We are now going to bring in... Hernandez. Hernandez will come in. We'll half it. They tack on 3 in the inning. It's 12-0 Padres. We do nothing offensively. 4 hits for the Fish. 12-0 win for the Padres, and we are now down 2-1 in the series. All right, so San Diego's up 2-1 in the series. It is now Rony Garcia on the bump for the Padres. We have Hurst and Waldrop going. Our lineup today is pretty similar, but it's Garza in right. Garza's back in right, hitting 5th, and it's Acosta, Partridge, Ramirez, and Head. Also, I'm just now realizing that Jared Weir is horrible at first base. He's a 25 overall first baseman, and he has no ability to be playing there, but they're playing him there. Because they just have to play Machado at DH. He's a better first baseman. If you really just want to play Machado that badly, just play him at first. But who am I to talk? We're losing to these guys. So we're down 2-1. It's top 1 here. Let's get into it. Nothing for the offense. And they're already up 1-0. Gets out of it from there. Top 2. We have a runner on second base with 2 outs. With 2-0 count of Ramirez. That's going to be right at the shortstop. 3 down. Nothing going. It's bottom 2. Scoreless frame. Scoreless frame. Scoreless frame. Mark Antonio's on second base for Jorge Garza, who strikes out. Now it's Max Acosta. 1-0 count. 1-1 count. 1-2. Watches strike 3. Nothing going for the Fish. Bottom 4. Scoreless frame. We tie it up. That was a Nicholas Partridge home run. 1-1 ball game. Nothing else going on in the inning. And Waldrop's in some trouble. 1-2 count, runner on second base, nobody out. Everson Pereira. Brooks Lee gets to it, but so he can't grip it cleanly, keeps the run from scoring, but it's runners on the corners, nobody out here for Ethan Salas. Let's just try to strike him out here. 1-1 count, that's not a strikeout. Nope, that's going to get into the outfield grass. And it's an RBI single. 2-1 Padres, still nobody out in the inning. 1-2 to Machado, pitch to contact, hits it deep center field. 1 down, and they don't tag up. Now it's Jackson Merrill. Full count to him. That's going to be popped up into left field. 2 down. Now it's Ceballos. 1-1 to him. Ground ball right side. Partridge makes the play. But they do take a 2-1 lead in the inning. Move things on, top 6. We do nothing offensively. Waldrop works a scoreless frame. Hobie Milner enters for the Padres. And we have 2 on, 1 out here for Agustin Ramirez as they bring on Devin Williams out of the bullpen. That is in there for strike 1, full count now. Spits on ball 4. Runners or bases are loaded here. Ducks on the pond for the Fish. 1 out for Dylan Head. In there for strike 1. 0-2 now. And Dylan Head goes down swinging. 2 down. Brings up Brooks Lee. First pitch swinging. Ground ball at the first baseman. And nothing going for the Fish. We strand the bases loaded. We're still down 2-1. Waldrop's going to come out of the game here. As we are going to turn to Mike Carrier. Yes. And he's in trouble. 2 on, nobody out for Manny Machado. 1-2 count to him. Struck him out. That's 1 down. Brings up Jackson Merrill. Ceballos is better against lefty, yeah. Let's just pitch to him. 2-2 count. That's over the head of Dylan Head. Off the center field wall. That'll probably clear the bases, make it a 4-1 Padres lead, if I had to imagine. Only scores 1, so it's a 3-1 Padres lead. 1 down. Ceballos is up. We're going to intentionally walk him. Sets up the double play. We're going to bring Peyton Martin out of the bullpen. Runners on the... bases loaded, 1 out. Double play possibility is there. We're going to try to work it. Struck him out. That's 2 down. Now it's Manny Gonzalez. And he rips it down the line. And that's going to make it a huge Padres lead. Yep, 3-run double. Bases clearing double for Manny Gonzalez. 6-1 Padres. We're down 5. Martin then strikes out Weir. Move things on to the 8th as we are down 5. Offense does nothing. Martin works a scoreless frame. Offense tacks on 2, but we lose 6-3 to the Padres. And we are now down 3-1, backs against the wall. All right, folks, down 3-1, backs against the wall. We have, we're going up against Drew Beam. We have the ERA king in Johnny Brito on the bump. And our lineup is the same as last game. We need some offense. We need offense, and we need not to give up 6 runs. So let's attempt to do that here. As the offense does nothing, top 1. There on second base with 2 outs for Manny Gonzalez. Slow roller back to Brito. Makes the play. Scoreless frame. Move things on top 2. We do nothing. They do nothing. We do nothing. They do nothing. We do nothing. They have a runner on second with nobody out. 1-1 to Davenport. Well hit, but right at Head in center field. That's 1 down. Brings up Manny Gonzalez. 2-0 to him. That's hit well to deep left field. Out of here. 2-run blast. Padres take a 2-0 lead. Off the bat of Manny Gonzalez. Burrito gets out of it from there. Let's just half the offense. Why not? We do nothing. They have a runner on second with 2 outs for Jackson Merrill. Brito strikes him out. Still 2-0 San Diego, obviously. Top 6. We do nothing offensively. And, we score this frame for Brito. Top 7 now. I mean, let's just go batter by batter at this point with the offense. We got to manufacture something. So Mark Antonio, we trust him to do whatever. 2-2. Ground ball. Slow roller, though, but he's not hustling, it doesn't look like. And 1 down. Brings up Garza. It's lefty on lefty. Well, we're going to counter your move with our move. George Meekhoff playing right field from here on out. 1-1 count. as he skies it in the infield, 2 down. Now it's Max Acosta, works a full count. Ground ball, but right at the second baseman. 1-2-3 go the Padres, or 1-2-3 go the Fish. Move things on, bottom 7. And they tack on another one. 3-0 Padres. We now go to the bullpen. It is, I don't know, Carrier time. Gets out of it from there. Top 8 now. Cade Smith's on looking for a 2-inning save. Strike 1. 1-2 now. That's going to be a strikeout. Or just a ground out. Awesome. 1 down. Brings up Ramirez. That's 1-0. That's 2-0. That's going to find outfield grass. So Agustin Ramirez on first base here with 1 out. Brings up Dylan Head. Oh, yeah. Brings up Dylan Head, and we are going to attempt to... I don't want to... No, we need base runners. That's 1-0 to Head. That's 2-0 to Head. 2-1 now. And he pops up to the shortstop. 2 down. Runner on first. Brooks Lee. 3-1 count. Ground ball. Slow roller to second base. 3 down. Nothing for the Fish. Now we have 1 frame left of hitting. Carrier works a scoreless frame. We are down 3, and we have 1 inning to score 3 runs. So Vargas, Lara, and Mark Antonio are up. Those are the guys you want up. But nobody has been hitting this series for us. So Cade Smith on the bump. First pitch strike. Now a full count to Vargas. Well hit, but right at the center fielder. 1 down. Wilfredo Lara comes up. That's ball 1. That's 1-1. Full count now. Spits on ball 4. We have a runner on first base for Mark Antonio. They bring on Raymond Rosario. They're bringing in a lefty to face Mark Antonio. Take that first pitch. Make him throw you a strike. That's in there. 1-2. Mark Antonio just goes down on a pathetic AB. It's 2 down. Runner on first here for George Meekhoff. Swinging away. 2-2. Line drive right at Jackson Merrill, and we lose. The San Diego Padres have defeated us in the National League Championship Series 4-1. We take game 1, and they give us the old gentleman sweep as they move on to the 2031 Fall Classic. Just a dreadful offensive performance for us, aside from game 1, where we had the late inning heroics. As, just nothing going for the offense for us that series. We take a look at the coverage. We win game 1 4-3 with the late inning comeback. Then we lose 6-2, 12-0, 6-3, 3-0. I mean, you get shut out 2 times in an LCS. That's not good. It's just not. Manny Machado had a big hit against us. He had 2 hits the whole series. Tatis killed us. Gonzalez really killed us. Ceballos was hitting well. Salas was hitting well. Yeah. Whereas on our team, it was like Meekhoff in limited time, Vargas hit well, and then everybody else was just kind of awful. Even Mark Antonio wasn't great. Brooks Lee was not good. Lara was not good. Garza, Partridge, Ramirez was horrible. Acosta was horrible. Head was horrible. And, not great. Martin was good in the bullpen. That's good at least. Waldrop had a good appearance. Brito had, he had a good 2 starts. Hernandez had that 12K performance. That was cool. But we fizzle out in the LCS as the Padres will be taking on probably the Texas Rangers. Oh, it's Texas in the LCS. Holy cow, folks. An absolute thriller of the series as the San Diego Padres switch to this logo and they go and beat the Texas Rangers, who are in the World Series for the back-to-back seasons. Remember, they won it last year over us with their absolutely loaded roster, but it was not enough to do it this year. Peyton Eels was actually playing for them at shortstop. Jesus Christ, dude. The AI can do all sorts of shit like that and make the playoffs. I do that and we win 80. We win 80 games at most. Just ridiculous. But anyways, Padres win the World Series 4-3. Absolute thriller. They were down in this one. Texas takes game 1. San Diego takes game 2. Then it's 2-1 Texas, 3-1 Texas. Backs against the wall are the San Diego Padres, and they rip off 3 wins in a row. And Jackson Merrill gets Series MVP, and the San Diego Padres have won the 2031 World Series. That is their first ever in franchise history. 2031, this will have an X next to it once we advance the next day, as the Padres win their first ever World Series, coming from the wild card as an 84-win team and just getting hot at the right time. As well, we completely dominated the regular season, but fizzle out in the LCS. Also, Jose Hernandez here just randomly got a sprained ankle, like a week or 2 after the series. Like, he didn't do anything. He didn't get hurt in the game. I didn't get an email being like, oh, he got hurt off the field in some weird mountain biking thing or something like that. None of those weird OOTP headlines. He just randomly sprained his ankle. So I'm just going to assume he did a Wilyer Abreu and, like, stepped wrong in the dugout and sprained his ankle. So that's just what I'm assuming. You know, he walked down the stairs and, like, he thought he was on the last step, and he actually wasn't, and then bang, sprained his ankle. But he also just won the Southern League MVP, so that's good. He won the Southern League MVP and the Southern League Best Pitcher. So that's the first time we've ever had that. Jose Hernandez going from Double-A to the big leagues in the postseason. He'll be in our big league team next year, that's for sure. Going to have a really young team, I feel like, in 2032, but we will get into that in the off-season video.